friends, it's Hawk. Today I'm going to be embarrassing myself for clicks. So watch this video get 3 views. Honestly, I'd be happy either way. Today I am going to be reading my Mortal Instruments fan fiction from when I was 14. So to give you some background on my relationship with the Mortal Instruments, I haven't read the books. And you may be wondering, why did you write fan fiction about it if you didn't read the books? The answer is my girlfriend at the time loved these books and I heard all about them. I heard pretty much everything that happened. So if something is wrong, which it probably will be, you can blame it on the fact that I haven't fucking read it, okay? I don't know jack shit and you can be comfortable in knowing that I don't know anything. So I'm gonna read some one-shots that I did. For those of you who are in the industry of fan fiction, a one-shot is a singular story. It's not a series. By the way, these are Jalek fanfics, so Jason Alec. Come for me, Malik stans. It's fine. I get it. I didn't read these books, so you probably have arguments. You probably have receipts about why this is not good, but I don't give a fuck because I didn't actually read it, so... This one is called Just One Touch. The description says, in which Alec likes to touch, or does he? /fic. If there's one thing Jace knew about Alec, it was that he liked to touch. It wasn't even a dirty thing to think of when it came to Alec anymore. He'd been doing it since he was young. Whether it was the brush of their hands or a shoulder pressed against his shoulder, Jace was used to the warm feeling of his parabatis? You know I'm a fucking fake fan, you can see it. Parabatis? I'm just gonna go with Parabodies. Parabodies touch on him at all times. And Jace was the only person who was lucky enough to be the one constantly touched by Alec. Not that he'd ever even realized it before. But recently, it had changed. The touches weren't casual anymore. They were volts of electricity that, wow, comparing touch to electricity, fucking groundbreaking. The first time this had happened, Jace had flinched like he'd been hit. Wow, so it's literally like he shocked him, static shocked him. Wow. Okay, that's dramatic. During this time, Jace had often wondered what was wrong with him. Alec had been doing this forever, so why was he just noticing now? So what if his relationship with Clary had been a bit rocky for unknown reasons lately? That's code for I didn't want to think of what reasons there were. That didn't mean he was suddenly realizing he liked Alec or anything. That would just be some kind of pathetic rebound. One night, when Jace couldn't sleep, he snuck down to the hall of the Institute and crept into Alec's room. Don't love the word crept. His parabody, I already forgot what pronunciation I settled on, was sound asleep, sprawled across his bed. Jace held his breath as he walked to the bed, reaching over and gently running his hand over Alec's face. There it was again, that amazing electric feeling shot through his body and he quickly pulled his hand back. Alec turned over in his sleep, murmuring unintelligibly. Whoa, someone fucking broke out the SAT vocab for this. Jace walked across the room and sat down against the wall. Okay, this was getting pathetic. Why was he here? What could he possibly gain from coming here? But already his mind was drifting from the thought of leaving as a memory suddenly overwhelmed his mind. Jace and Alec were around 7 or 8, sitting together in Jace's room. Jace was sitting on top of Alec and Alec was yelling for him to get off. Jace stayed put though, and after a while Alec calmed down. What? Jace began to touch his face, his arms, his hair, his neck. Each touch was extremely innocent, but at the same time filled with affection. There's no but. You can be innocent and filled with affection. It's fine. Also, there's 7 or 8, so... Weird phrasing on that one, 14-year-old Hawk. Alec looked at him curiously. What are you doing? He asked. Getting familiar with you, Jace replied as his fingers traced the marks on Alec's arm. But we're best friends, Alec pointed out. Aren't we already familiar with each other? I know everything about you but what your skin feels like. I want to get familiar with every part of you. Okay, as Jace recalled his memory, he realized how perverted those things would sound if he said them to Alec now. It would get his parabody's heart thumping, that was for sure. What a weird scene. Ew. Ew, I hate that for me. Ew. I was probably like, this seems fine. Like, this isn't weird. But then I acknowledged that it was weird. I don't know. I'm sorry, I was on some fuck shit, y'all. I don't know what that was. But another realization he made was far more life-altering than that. Alec wasn't the one who'd been touching Jace. Jace had been the one touching Alec. All this time, Jace had been wondering how Alec had not known how often his hand brushed Jace's, or how often he leaned against the blonde-haired boy. Okay, isn't Jace taller than Alec? I don't know shit. Never mind. I need to stop acting like I know stuff. He hadn't known that it was really himself who was doing all these things. Jace had wanted to be close to him. Jace had wanted to be attached to Alec physically as well as mentally and emotionally. And Jace was in love with him. What a weird logical leap to make. The Shadowhunter shook his head and he hurried out of Alec's room. Well, he was in deep shit. Alright, let's find another one. These are good. I don't want to do any ones that require, like, me to read multiple chapters, because that feels like a lot, and I don't want to subject you guys to that. There's one called Jace's Teenage Dream. Jalek / one-shot featuring pre-established Jace and Alec. I got this idea when I was playing the Wii and Teenage Dream came on. Jace walked into the Institute, soaking wet and frowning, on his way home from a party, which Clary and Isabel were still at, fraternizing with some vampires. He'd seen a demon and went chasing it. It had dove into a pond and, Jace being Jace, classic Jace stuff, went in after it. Like, I know anything about Jace. I hate myself. He went into his room and took a hot shower, changing his clothes. While performing these tedious tasks, his mind drifted to Alec. He told his sister, Clary, and Jace that he wanted to go to the party, that he hadn't, oh my god, I can't read. Booktuber secrets, I'm illiterate. He told his sister, Clary, and Jace that he hadn't wanted to go to the party, despite the fact that he had a chance to kick some major demon ass. Alec, despite his sweet disposition, never missed that opportunity, so why had he turned it down? Jace had offered to stay with him, but Alec turned beet red and insisted he go with the girls for protection if nothing else. Ew. Clary and Isabel had scoffed, but Jace had agreed. Yeah, Clary and Isabel should scoff. What a weird thing to say. Isabel can take care of herself. Though he seriously wondered what Alec was so embarrassed about, which was why he was now completely silent as he went to Alec's room, desperate to find the cause of Alec's earlier embarrassment. He began to hear music as he drew closer and his eyebrows went up. Was that Katy Perry? When he finally reached his pair of bodies door, pressing his ear to the wood. Was that Alec Lightwood singing Katy Perry? So he was that was what his plan was. He was like, I'm gonna sing Katy Perry, and I don't want these people to be around while I sing Katy Perry. I mean, that's honestly relatable. I'm not mad at Alec for that. Jace opened the door and peered inside. He saw his pair of bodies, I pronounce it different every time, I feel like, pair of bodies dancing around the room in only boxer shorts and one of Jace's shirts, which was unbuttoned all the way. He was singing along to a song that Jace recognized as Teenage Dream, the one that Isabel constantly sang around the house. Jace never thought someone could be precious, adorable, funny, and sexy all at the same time, at least until he saw Alex singing and dancing to Teenage Dream. Then I have some I have some lyrics here. Alec crawled into the bed, jumping up and down as he sang. Jace couldn't help the big grin that came on his face. This is kind of cute. I'm not mad at this. When he noticed his power body was looking straight at a picture of him. Okay, never mind. This is goofy. I don't like it anymore. More lyrics, more lyrics. Jace's jaw dropped when Alex danced to that. Oh, it's let me put your hands on me in my skin tight jeans. Be a teenage dream tonight. Darren Criss, who? He wanted to walk away from his boyfriend, pretend like he'd never seen this, because he knew Alec would be mortified if he saw Jace standing there. But Jesus, Alec was dancing like a high-paid stripper. Thanks, I hate it. Jace walking away now probably would mean blue balls for the rest of the evening. Again, 14-year-old me was on some fuck shit. The stuff that I thought was okay. So when the song ended, he clapped. Alec froze like he didn't want to turn around. He knew exactly who he would see behind him. So instead, Jace went to him, his arms around Alec's waist, and he hugged him from behind. Why didn't you dance like that for me, Alec? Ew. You never asked. I never knew, Jace replied, turning Alec around. Jace placed his finger underneath Alec's chin and pulled his head up. Oh, classic move. Love that. Alec locked eyes with him and Jace smirked. May I request to put my hands on you while you aren't in your skin-tight jeans? Instead of blushing like Jace expected him to, Alec smirked back. Be my guest. And with that, Jace threw him on the bed and proceeded to do things to him that not only lacked skin-tight jeans, but any clothing at all. I hated that. I thought it was cute for a second and then I ruined it. Wow. There's Blood and Chocolate where Jalek does Valentine's Day. Alec, hey Alec. I make Jace so annoying in all of these fanfics. I don't know, I guess I just thought he was annoying. Jace whined, shaking his previously sleeping parabody violently. I sure loved using that word even though I can't pronounce it. The dark-haired Nephilim shook his head when he saw that Jace was wearing some sort of headband with glittery red heart-shaped antenna on them. It's Valentine's Day. Everyone's supposed to look mushy and ridiculous. Now come on, we're gonna spend it together. Why? Alec asked. Because we're both single and we're best friends. Why not? Alec nodded, averting his eyes in an attempt to keep the disappointment from showing. Come on, get ready. I made you breakfast. Alec cocked an eyebrow. You made breakfast? Is it edible? Blah, blah, blah. Alec gets dressed and gets ready. He comes down. He smells chocolate chip pancakes. Jace made heart-shaped chocolate chip pancakes. And Jace is like, it's 'cause I love you. And again, Alec just thinks that he means platonically, because bros making bros heart-shaped chocolate chip pancakes on Valentine's Day. Ugh, we love it. Jace gives Alec a rose. Bros being bros with a rose.
That's a bar right there.
They go outside and guess what they find? A horse-drawn carriage. Don't you love it when your bro gets you a horse-drawn carriage for Valentine's Day? Alec is still like, I hate that we're just friends. This is unbearable. I hate when writers make that prolonged. Writers like, this isn't my 14-year-old bullshit self. I hate it when writers are like, make these main characters so oblivious to other people's affections. Jace is like, I have one final surprise for you, and he blindfolds Alec. Alec counted his steps to calm himself down. Interesting. When your OCD pops out in your story. Jace removed his blindfold, and Alec gasped at what he saw. By the angel, Jace, you didn't. They were standing in a greenhouse, so it looked more like a garden, as the floor was made with grass with a cobblestone pathway. There were roses of every color everywhere, hanging from baskets, coming from the ground, wrapping up the fences. A bitch saw High School Musical 3, huh? It's beautiful, Alec murmured, walking over to the table and taking a seat. Oh yeah, I forgot that part. There's a chocolate fountain as well with assorted fruits and marshmallows. I did say assorted fruits. I love that. I should write copy. Blah, blah, blah. He eats a strawberry and chocolate, and obviously Jace is like, wow, he's so hot when he eats that strawberry. I don't know why people act like strawberries are hot food to eat. They're not attractive at all. Have you ever actually seen someone eat a strawberry? It's disgusting. That's the point. It's Valentine's Day. But why are you doing it? For me, of all people. Again, Alec being dumb. He gives him a gift. He gives him all the work of Shakespeare. Jace says, I thought you could read it to me, like, you know, like you used to when we were kids. Apparently, he read him a sonnet every night before they went to bed. That's, again, just bros being bros, you know? Just reading love poems to each other. I love that. He flipped through the book until he found what he knew to be one of Jace's favorite. How sweet and lovely dost thou make the shame. Oh, we love Sonnet 95. If that's not 95, fucking egg on my face. It was 95. I get to keep my Shakespeare scholar card. Do you know why I like that one the best? Jace asked suddenly. It sounds like it's about me. I remember you telling me what it was about. A beautiful young man who's entirely messed up on the inside, but no one ever notices. All they focus on is how good he looks. He does say, God, that sounds so conceited, so I can't, like, clown on him too much, but God, that is so conceited. It is about that. Like, I'm proud of my former self for knowing that that's what that sonnet was about and not coming up with some stupid bullshit, but still, Christ. There's nothing wrong with you, Jace, Alec murmured quietly. I would never want to change anything about you. Jace looked at him, surprised. You can't actually mean that. I do. Alec replied with such vehemence. Again, SAT vocab come through. I'm selfish, Jace muttered, averting his eyes. Why? Alec asked, slightly confused. I've known you were in love with me since we were 13, Jace mused, and Alec flushed. I've known, and I haven't told you how I feel about you. Alec looked away. Jace, you don't have to. I know you don't. No, Jace insisted. I do have to. Because, Alec, I was wrong to make you think I didn't love you like that. I do. Like I have since I was 12 years old. Then why didn't you say anything? Do I ever address that? I understand if you've given up waiting for me. You're too good for me anyway. No, Jace, I mean, I just can't describe. I can't talk. Me. The silence, it wasn't you turning me down then, was it? Alec tried to speak, but thought better of it. Instead, he merely shook his head. Jace's smile widened. Oh, well, in that case, he leaned forward and pressed his lips to Alec, who, in his surprised state, accidentally bit Jace's lip hard. Oh no! Jesus, Alec, Jace yelped, pulling away. His lip was bleeding, but he didn't look mad. On the contrary, he looked thoroughly amused. That's such a weird reaction. Oh, Jace, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It was a reflex. That's your reflexes. I'm not mad at that. That's kind of, like, badass. Your first reaction when someone kisses you is to fucking bite their lip until they bleed. Hey, Jace murmured, putting his hand under Alex's chin and gently pulling his face up. No worries, we can just try again. And then they do. Alex says, you taste like blood and chocolate. Ew. He noted, and Jace chuckled. Nice observation, Hannibal Lecter. Wow. I'm not mad at that joke. It's kind of funny. Alec rolled his eyes. If I was going to eat you, it wouldn't be in that way. Ew, I don't like this. Every time I like start to give myself some credit, I do something else that just throws me off. Jace's eyebrows shot up. No? Alec smirked slightly. No, it'd be an entirely different manner. Jace regained his composure and smirked back. Oh yeah? I'd love for you to show me. So Alec did. Wow! Wow! I hated it. That was a horrible experience. I hope you guys had fun, because I sure didn't. Yeah, I mean, I can't be that mad at myself, because, like, I was writing at 14 and 15, you know? Like, it's not the end of the world if it was bad. Everybody has written some stuff that they're not a fan of. Mine is just on the internet forever, for everyone to look at, so... Thank you all for joining me. Again, hope you got some chuckles out of this. It was a fun video for me to film, even if it was painful. The fact that there's more and that wasn't it really upsets me deeply. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you next time. Bye!
Little Hollywood, you're gone, but you're not forgot. You got the cash, but your credit's no good. You flipped the script, you shot the plot, and I remember when you neon